Hello and welcome to our new podcast brought to you by the Writing Publication Council. So currently, we don't actually have a name for our podcast. So we'd like some suggestions from you audience listeners right now. So if you would like to suggest a name for our podcast brought to you by the Writing Publication Council, please email me either me, Alfred, or Jason on First Class.
All right,
So,
so my name's Jason Zhang, and I am part of the Writing and Publication Council. And as Alfred just said, we are starting a new initiative where we make a podcast that focuses on SAC. So we have a list of topics in front of us that we're going to talk about, and we're going to start off by talking about box lunches and clubs during lunch. So Alfred,
first.
like, what do you think about like the lunches?
So I think it's a great thing that we have box lunches. You know, Mr. Ingalls, great guy, allowing us to do all this stuff and bringing our lunches out so we can have club meetings. But PSA, we have to be more organized when it comes to bringing in the food, and we have to clean up after ourselves because Mr. Ingalls is coming after us and other club leaders about cracking down on the dirty lunch issues in classrooms and leaving classrooms a mess. So we got to be better in doing that. Just a side note, if you're in any clubs, and also don't take the dining hall cups because you're not allowed to do that.
All right, yeah, so I totally agree with that. Like, Ingalls already stated that, what'd you call it? That it's a privilege, and he could take it away at any time, and we should take it like more seriously. And there's the thing about how like the action of a few people could affect the entire group. Like, if you're a club leader, make sure everybody cleans up, and if you're a club member, just make sure you clean up after yourself. Like, we all want this. We all love having lunches or box lunches for our clubs where we could all like share what we're passionate about. But we need to remind ourselves that it is a privilege and it could be taken away. And recently, these clubs have been faced under more scrutiny because a lot of people are kind of just not participating in club activities, and teachers look at it and they're like, oh, you're running this club just to get lunches. So that's just like a general warning for all the club leaders and club members that there are kind of like more scrutiny at the current uh, clubs.
Biggest meme, lunch club.
Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure like Mr. Kitagawa walked into a classroom and was like, hey, you guys aren't doing anything except eating lunches. So I'm just saying, like, they're kind of catching up. I mean, as a club leader myself, I try to actually do things, but other clubs, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not roasting other clubs, but I'm just saying, your action affects all of us. So just keep that in mind.
Yep,
Do you have
absolutely
anything else
agree.
to add?
No, I think we should move on to our second topic.
All right,
now.
second topic, classified and the lost and found SB conferences. Have you ever used classified when they're still around, Alfred? You've been here for a few years.
Well, I'm gonna be honest here. Like, I literally just look at classifieds and lost and found as a meme because that's basically what it is. Like, do people actually buy stuff on classifieds? I've never bought anything on classified. I have posted something on lost and found, but you know, I don't think people actually get many responses. But classified, especially, like last year, it was an absolute meme. Like, it was just people posting for jokes, and I think that's
Yeah.
one big reason why they got rid of it this year.
Could kind of relate with that because I remember someone posted a half-eaten hamburger or something like that.
Oh, one time someone tried to sell a house on classifieds.
Yeah. But I mean, with like if you get rid of all the memes, it is somewhat useful. It's kind of like a community marketplace where people could trade different things or sell what they don't want. And that's
Yeah,
somewhat beneficial,
yeah, it's great.
but
Like, it's a useful tool, but
it's
Mr.
also
Butcher was
distracting.
talking about
It's
it,
also
and
incredibly distracting.
he made a point to say that, like, Mr. Butcher, he made a point to say that EDSB is like a conference, a medium for people to communicate about academically related and school related topics.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I guess classifieds and lost and found doesn't really belong. And lost and founds, you could just go to the reception and put
Yeah,
in
but I
whatever.
think Lost and Found is like really useful because nowadays they just kind of post lost things onto First Class, and I don't think that many people read First Class.
Oh yeah.
So I still think
Just,
it's like we should have Lost and Found, but not
yeah.
like what's his face? Sorry, yeah, brain fart. Classified.
Yeah. At this point, there's really no point in having a classifieds because I don't think many people actually buy and sell stuff out of it. Like, it was nice when it was there, but honestly, it was very misused. So,
It is very misused. I agree. And you know
like, the
that's
school
just
had to get
kind of
rid
like
of
a
it.
life lesson. It's like it's a privilege, and it's like if you don't follow the proper procedures, you just kind of lose it. You know, it's a privilege.
Yep. All right, topic number 3.
Um, kind of wanna. I
Unless
mean,
you have anything else to add.
you remember how we used that meme club?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that
Captain
was good.
Murphy Ives.
I wonder. I missed it.
Well, I think they
Anyways,
talked
that's just
about why they removed the club. It was
yeah.
because
It's
it
also.
had
I think it's the
no
same, like
pertinence to
around the same
the
line.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they mentioned how if you wanted a meme club, just do it somewhere else and like
Yeah.
not unofficial EDSB platform because it's not really something serious.
Now maybe there should be. I don't know. Maybe there should be a lost and found Instagram account. I'm just saying. All right. Anyways, moving on. Discord being blocked. So we know that
Ah,
Discord is a very popular program among teenagers. I myself use it, but not, unfortunately not at school because it is blocked.
we're actually recording this podcast with Discord.
Yeah, we're talking to each other on Discord. Um, about this, um, the rumors are is that teachers caught someone with pornographic content or looking at pornographic content on Discord, and they're saying that stuff on Discord cannot be traced or cannot be monitored, so therefore you have to block it.
Is that
And
isn't that the
do you have
case
any
with like
opinion?
isn't that the case with just like all platforms in general, or like is there
I
something specific
suppose,
about Discord?
but I guess they targeted Discord specifically because everyone uses it, and it's like that popular.
Wow. I mean, there's a lot of other mediums where which people communicate. Like,
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But like again, like Discord's like arguably the most popular program, so it's kind of like cutting the head off the thing.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's this. I find Discord to be somewhat useful,
Oh, for
especially
sure.
with like coordinating things. It's kind
Yeah.
of like Slack, but for gamers.
Mm-hmm. Well,
No, that didn't last
I
very
kind of
long.
want something I want to kind of add aside from just like the Discord stuff being blocked. How about just like stuff being blocked in general, not just like well, like Instagram is blocked during the school day. What
Okay,
else?
that's understandable, kind of.
Netflix is blocked during the school day.
That's
But
not as understandable.
well,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
like
Maybe it is.
it's not like people are gonna watch Netflix in class.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the teachers, well, that they don't count. They're just like showing movies and stuff.
They don't block YouTube though.
Yeah. Um, if they did, I think learning efficiency would improve by a significant amount.
They also don't block Snapchat.
Huh. That kind of
But I feel
defeats
like
the, yeah.
people just bypass the whole
By using
blockage.
Snapchat.
Anyways, like no, I'm not talking about that. I mean like
Oh,
VPNs.
the VPNs. Ah, yes. The
Like I
school
mean the hell.
also likes to crack down on VPNs. There's actually
Yeah,
multiple reasons for this, other than just we don't like what you're doing.
well, you bring in your laptop to the help desk and you want to get something fixed, and suddenly your VPN is gone.
Hmm. I mean, for legal
I think
reasons,
that's.
I'm pretty sure for legal reasons they can't allow students to have VPNs because I don't know. Technically,
I
they're
really don't know
illegal.
how that works.
Neither do I. I just know that help desk doesn't like VPNs,
Yeah.
and don't use a VPN. I mean, unless you really want to. I can't stop you.
Yeah, we
Whatever.
can only suggest things on these
Yeah, we can only
podcasts.
suggest things.
We
You
have
know.
no power.
All right. Number 4, dining hall line. What I
All
do
right.
when I go to the dining hall is I wait 15 minutes, and usually by that time the line is like pretty much gone.
Yeah,
That's all
that's
I'm gonna
true.
say.
Most of the time, that's true.
Most of the time. Um, Regarding this, there's not really a lot to say except for the fact that I don't know.
From my experience, the problem is the volume of the food. Like from my experience, from lining up in the lunch lines, like the reason why the line builds up is because like we just ran out of one type of food and everyone's just waiting on
Right.
that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So like a lot of people like to say that we should just add another line or something, but would that really
I
help?
think yeah that would cause more congestion. I'm gonna argue because that area is still there. It's just that you have more serving table, so now you have more people in the same area, which doesn't really help with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the main thing is just they just gotta
It's just
make food
getting the
faster.
food from the kitchen to the serving area.
Yeah.
And to be fair to them, when they try to walk across, the people leaving from the serving tables usually block it or they have to wait. So there's also
Yeah.
that.
Well, I
So I
think they.
believe it can be optimized, but like right now, don't complain too much about it.
Yeah, I
It's
think
not
that
that
they
bad.
do a really good job. Like, there's
Yeah.
not a lot to complain about. It's just like,
Yeah, like the kitchen staff is amazing, absolutely amazing.
yeah,
Like
it's
they
great.
deserve more credit.
They do.
So we shouldn't like complain that the lines are slow. It's not their fault.
Well, there's always something to fix, but like,
But
we shouldn't be mad
there's
at it.
always the salad bar.
That is
I think
true.
maybe they should expand the salad bar.
A lot of people go to the salad bar actually. Like, the
Yeah,
line's way too long.
the
It's
volume has
actually
gone
pretty
up.
packed there. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
just go to the salad bar, grab a sandwich, eat a
I,
little bit, wait for the line to shorten,
yeah, I think
then
I
go
agree with
get
what you
food.
just said. Like, we should just add more food to the salad bar. Like,
Yeah, just add more food to the salad bar.
it's kind of the same. Like, you have the ham over there. I
Yeah,
mean,
just get the
always
sandwich.
get the soup too. The soup is great.
Oh yeah, I love soups.
Yeah, you can make
No.
a good meal. You can make a sandwich. You can just take all this stuff in the salad bar. It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's like if you want hot food, sure, go to the serving lines. But you know, serving
Yeah.
line too long, don't want to congest it up, salad bar. And I
Hmm.
recommend expanding the salad bar maybe. All right. Anything else to add?
That was good.
All right, next topic. We're about to make some bold statements. People who are easily triggered, be aware. So, as we all know, circulating through the news these days, oh, gaming this, gaming that causes violence, and we know that, at least in this school, there is a decent amount of people who play quote shooting game, a
Yep.
shooting game, and and these video games are corrupting the mind of the children, and you know, making them violent and stuff like that. So, like, what's your perspective? What video games do you play?
Um. Well, I used to be a PC, but now I do a lot of console and games I've been playing recently. Red Dead Redemption. I think a lot of people play sports games at this school, like 2K20
Yeah,
and
that's
like
true.
Madden and stuff like that. So
But I
that's
also
like
know like a decent amount
non-violent.
of people who play R6. But and
Absolutely.
yeah,
A lot of
Fortnite.
people also play Minecraft.
That's true. Minecraft's very violent. Just
Is
kidding.
it though?
No.
Okay, so as to like gaming, violent video games causing violence in people, I really don't think that's something that's substantiated by
Oh yeah,
major
surely
studies.
it may contribute to it, but it's definitely not the direct cause. I think the direct cause is perhaps a lack of attention to the children. The parents doesn't notice that he's becoming more violent, or they're letting them play violent video game.
Yeah. Well, just look if you want a definitive answer, like it's very hard to prove these things, and there's been like multiple academic studies.
Yeah, psychology is pretty meh.
But from what I've seen, I think most studies do not say that violent video games actually cause violence.
Yeah.
There are so many factors that you can attribute, and like the mind is incredibly complex.
Yeah.
So you can't really pinpoint something unless you have like a direct correlation, which I don't think has been found.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of video games, what do you think is game of the decade between 2010 and 2019?
It has to be Minecraft.
Yeah, I know. But although I know Minecraft is gonna be game of the decade, but I'm still rooting for a Kerbal Space Program. Like, it's a one of a kind game. Like no game could replace it, except for KSP 2 coming out in March 2020. Anyways, yeah, Minecraft is pretty revolutionary, and it's good to see that it has made a comeback in 2019. It was very nice. And I'm glad kids are playing Minecraft rather than Fortnite.
People love Minecraft.
Yeah, it's a timeless classic. And I think it's an excellent example of a game showcasing that graphics don't matter as much as you think. Unless you do the Minecraft ray tracing.
Put on shaders.
Shaders, yeah. But graphics don't matter. And yeah, Minecraft really exemplifies that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, I think
play more Minecraft, kids. Don't play Fortnite. Fortnite.
I think the reason why the game is so successful is just how customizable it is.
How simple it is. It's just
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was just gonna say that sandbox, and you can do so many things with the game. Like you can mod it, you can join servers with your friends. It's a very
let's make a bold statement. Let's make a bold statement. Let's make it official. Writing Publications Council Game of the Decade is Minecraft. Also, Fortnite, big bad. Don't play Fortnite. There's shooting in it. That's illegal. Okay, moving on. Movember. Yeah, actually, we have two major events to talk about. Movember and Andrian Christmas.
Did you participate in Movember?
I did not participate in Movember. But I know that a lot of Asians did not shave their mustaches when they should have been.
Well,
have you seen Hao Wang?
Oh my god, it's so funny. Well, most Asians can get away with it because
yes, I know.
Here's the truth: they can't grow mustaches.
Have you seen Hao Wang? Have you seen his lip?
I know it's like insane, but exactly. He gets away with it because it's just not that noticeable.
I guess.
Do you think
still?
I don't think a lot of people call him out for it.
Yeah, but still, we're calling him out right now. You should have shaved. This is a shameful display. Okay, anyways, I'm just kidding. We're not calling anyone out. We're a nice, supportive community here. I think this year Movember was like, we had a new mocap. I wouldn't say mocap, but like a new staff. Mr. Rush. He was the star of the show.
Oh yeah, he had a great mustache.
Yeah, and he was new to the school as well.
Yeah, beginning of the year, he had that nice beard, and then like beginning of November, he just shaves it off.
Yeah, it's like a nice mustache.
And I'm just like, what is going on?
And I think he received a very warm welcome from the school.
Yep.
During November. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, if you don't know Mr. Rush, he is a Resdon in Mac House. Absolutely fantastic person. Helps out around Mac House. Gives out math help. Really nice guy. Go say hi if you haven't seen him.
Yeah, he can help out with like literally all levels of math. So like he taught one of my calculus classes once. He's really good. And if you seriously need help, like he'll make the time for you. He's very accommodating.
Let's drag it back. We donated a lot of money. We donated a lot of money. I forgot the figure, but it was something around the 30,000 mark.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely incredible. We donated more than the NHL teams.
Yeah, I know that's.
And I think
crazy
it's
how they did
because
that.
we are a rich private school. Who could have guessed?
Oh, but it's not just that though. Like we actually put in the effort to like.
That is also true.
It's not like the person who's like that person has to go out and get people to donate to his cause.
Yes, but like, if you have a, but you know, if you go to SAC, you're usually pretty rich, and your family's usually pretty rich, and your family would know rich people, so it kind of helps. But it is still incredible that we donated more than actual organizations and companies.
Yeah, it's like
we did a really spectacular
surprising.
job.
Yeah.
And this year's Mo captains were also pretty incredible. Nolan Rush, that's the only person I remember. Darn.
Yeah.
Who were the other two?
Honestly, I don't know.
This is not good. Sorry to whoever it was. I sincerely apologize. I'm sure all of you are a great person, and it's not your fault that I don't remember your name. Moving on. We also have Andrew and Christmas to talk about. Andrew and Christmas, everyone's favorite event.
Well, going into Andrew and Christmas, I didn't know what to expect.
We had a lot less rehearsals than usual.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Much less rehearsals. We didn't
Much
even
less
go.
rehearsal.
We just went in there and started singing. Like we didn't even go down to Roy Thompson Hall to prepare.
Yeah,
We went right down and we just went to eat dinner and then we started the show.
It honestly went a lot better than I expected.
Yep.
But I think it's because okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure last year we sang two more songs. We sang Wassail and Jerusalem.
Yeah, I think so.
Why did we get rid of them this year?
I guess just to cut down on the show time.
Yeah.
Or add more stuff.
I understand if you don't have the answers,
Rock, right?
but I'm just pointing it out.
It might have been School of Rock because they added that in.
That's true, but still.
And also that hockey thing, the hockey sweater.
Couldn't have taken that long.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they just want to show them to show. Like,
yeah, I guess.
I can't. I don't really know.
Yeah, we don't know the answers. We don't know. I'm just pointing out the fact that we didn't sing Jerusalem or Wassail.
And you know that if you haven't seen it on First Class, they added like a poll about what songs you think you want to be added.
I typed in Wassail and
yeah?
Jerusalem. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I wrote Wassail too. It's a good song.
Yeah, but honestly, this year's Andrew and Christmas pretty amazing. We had a good show.
One thing I have to say, the buses. There was a huge discrepancy about the times that they arrived.
Yeah.
I heard one bus arrived at like 5, and then like our bus, the Mac House bus, arrived at like 5:45. So we barely had any time to get dinner. So
I don't want to roast SAC administration, but I don't think. Yeah, I'm just gonna not talk about it. But I will say that in terms of transportation, yeah, I'm just gonna not say anything about it. But
I think we could have left a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, like the bandsmen, I've been told they got out really earlier, quite earlier than like they got out probably like before we even left school. I think I'm not sure, but they got a lot of free time compared to us.
And it was a pretty incredible show. Pretty incredible show. There was this controversy. We won't get too much into it, but the old boys who were in the band wanted to sing with the other old boys, but Chasen said no. I guess there's not that much to talk about. We're just saying that. That happened. Facts. That's just facts. No opinions. It's neither right nor wrong.
Yeah. All right, topic number 7.
Wait,
close off the podcast.
Just a quick time check. We're at 22 minutes. 22 minutes.
8 minutes to wrap up.
We're on schedule.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, okay. So, spoilers alert for Star Wars: The Rise of the Skywalker.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
alert.
If you haven't watched it, don't watch it. I mean, watch it if you want to.
Go and watch it before you listen to this.
Yes.
Or just get spoiled.
Or you just get spoiled. Anyways, just jumping right into it. It was a meh movie.
What would you give it out of 10?
6 out of 10.
Yeah,
5 out
I
of
would have
10.
said 6. I would say 6.
It's not like like that great of a movie. It just looks really good, and it brings the trilogy to a close.
Yeah, that's what it does. A quick recap of the whole movie, if you're just not gonna watch it. Basically, what happens is Palpatine is back, and they introduce that in the title card in the most. One thing about this movie is it's extremely fast, and right off the bat they just tell us that Palpatine's back, and he just is. We just
to
accept that as
quote
a fact. They don't
some
explain
reputable
it at all.
YouTubers, the pacing of the movie was not okay.
Like,
there's something wrong with the pacing.
Avengers Endgame was a 3-hour long movie, and like some people think that was fast. Basically, what Rise of Skywalker is, it has the amount of stuff in Endgame, but in a much shorter time.
Because they're supposed to set up.
Movie.
It was supposed to set up the second movie. Sorry, to continue with the second movie, but then the second movie, since they changed directors, it didn't really set it up. So now this movie has to set it up and finish it. So that's why it feels so fast. Most of the time.
Well, if I had to say what I would have done, I would either have made it a longer movie or I would have made it 2 movies. But I guess they wouldn't want to do that because
that would ruin the trilogy.
Yeah, that's true. The 9-part analogy.
Yeah.
But I really think they could have just made it longer. Like, really,
it was already like
done that.
2-hour movie.
There are some long movies out there.
Also, I'm just saying that characters kind of just teleport where they need to, and I think that adds in with the pacing. Like, things just happen so, especially in the beginning. Like, they start off with an action.
Insane. Like, it's like Kylo Ren just comes into this planet. It was like, I think it was Mustafar, and he just comes in and kills these guys. He gets this holocron, like no background, like you would have no idea what it was, and then
flies through the place
to what was the Exegol, right?
Exegol.
Where Palpatine is, and he just comes in there, and he's like, "I want to kill you, Palpatine," and he's
surprise,
just like, "Bring me Rey," and that's how the movie starts.
Oh, by the way, Rey is a Palpatine.
Yeah, what'd you think of that?
What?
What'd you think of that twist?
What did Game Theory say? Game Theory said that she's a Palpatine, right? Or she's Darkseid, something?
Yeah, I think, Game Theory said that. Yeah, what do you think of that, though?
Game Theory is right. Whoa.
Yeah.
Honestly, let's be honest. We were all expecting it to be that. But in the second movie, it was like, nah, they're no one.
Yeah.
And now the third movie has to be like, yes, she is a Palpatine. I know a lot of people have said that she's like, oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi's daughter or something, or granddaughter. That's unlikely. It doesn't match with the Disney canon. And there's only one other explanation for her being such a powerful Force user, and that's a Palpatine.
Or maybe she was a Skywalker.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, also the ending is super cringe.
Oh, the ending is really weird.
What's your name? Rey.
And it looks
Skywalker. Like, bruh, can you rub it in any harder? Shouldn't make fun of J.J. Abrams. He did pretty well with what he was given.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think Abrams is a good director, but what just happened here is he was thrusted into a bad situation.
Unfortunately.
He had to fix a huge gaping hole in the franchise. He had to patch up all the loose ends, and that's what they tried to do. This whole movie was basically Disney and J.J. Abrams trying to fix all
damage
the holes.
control.
Yeah, exactly. Damage control. That's what happened in this movie.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yes.
They just had to finish up the series, but if they wanted to make an actually good movie, like they could have done so much more.
All
If
right.
you're asking me,
Official writing and publication rating.
6 out of 10.
5 out of 10. 6 out of 10. 5 out of 10.
5.5 out of 10.
It looks really good though. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's
So yeah,
fair.
let's just say 6 out of 10.
Yeah, one of the
5.5 out of 10.
things that I hated about the Star Wars prequels, they just looked extremely ugly. Like the CGI was terrible.
5.5 out of 10.
These movies look great, but
Yeah, because they're dumping
story-wise,
Disney dollars into it.
story-wise, they could have.
Really stepped it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they couldn't because the second movie kind of ruined everything. Anyways, and that, gentlemen, and ladies, that will conclude our first Writing and Publication Council podcast. Remember,
Thanks
if
for
you have
listening.
go ahead.
Yeah, if you have suggestions, email us. Not just about the name, about topics you want us to discuss in the future. If you want to be featured on the podcast too, you can email us.
Oh yeah, forgot
Anything
about that.
of sorts related to the podcast, email either me, Freddie.Quan at sac.on.ca or jason.zang at sac.on.ca.
All right, have a good evening.
Bye-bye.